Listen up, get ready, I'm not gonna take no more. There's a revolution, a revelation going on in my soul. Buckle up, get ready, we're not gonna sit back.
Citizens of the world, welcome back to Live from the Heartland for the week of June 5th. And our next guest is someone who used to show up at the Heartland Cafe with the Chicago Blues All-Stars. When we have them on, he was pretty young then. He's still pretty young, the one and only Michael Damani. Good morning to you, Michael.
Morning. How you doing, man?
Good. It's been a while. I miss seeing you. I always said, this guy is good. He's going somewhere. Anyhow, what caught my attention was that, there's a lot of music going on in town. It's the Blues Fest this weekend. People can find out information about that everywhere. But I noticed that you have a couple of events coming up this weekend. The first one is Friday the 5th. And this show goes up on Friday morning. So some people will see it, some won't. But tell us a little bit about your gig on the 5th, where it's at and what you're going to do.
Yeah, so on the 5th, Friday, we're going to be at Ramova Theater, which is in Bridgeport, over on 35th and Halsted. And that's part of a residency that I have with them. I've been there the first Friday of the month, starting last month in June. We launched it last month. And so we're continuing into this month, and we'll be continuing through the summertime as well. I really want it to be a jam session. The house band, my guys, we perform for about an hour and a half. And then, the last half of the event is a blues jam. And this being Blues Fest weekend, we want all the cats to come by and play. There'll be a lot of great players in town for the fest. And we really want it to be a new home for the blues on the south side of Chicago. I've been working with them on that, again, for the last month. And, the team over there is fantastic. And it's just been a really great experience for me.
Yeah, and tell us about your second event coming up this weekend on Saturday, the 6th of June, also on the south side at the stage on South at 47th and King Drive. Yeah,
so that event, the very next day, Saturday, that is going to be hosted by Guitars Over Guns. And Guitars Over Guns is an organization that I've been working with for the last 2 years. It's a community-based organization. We do a lot of music education with the kids. It's been a really great experience to be able to give back and also, kind of be a link in the community as well. Guitars Over Guns was started in Miami by Chad Bernstein and his dad, Bob Bernstein. They've since spread it throughout the country. Now they're in New York, LA. They just added Vegas and Chicago, of course. So, this is going to be an event, really, again, for the community. And, we want to encourage, everyone to come out. This is an all ages event. It's for the kids as well as the adults and the parents in the community, just another great connection, another great experience that I've been fortunate to have. Again, for the last 2 years, I've been working with them, so that'll be Saturday.
So, what is the aim of Guitars Over Guns?
Yeah, so Guitars Over Guns, is obviously about nonviolence and really emphasizing the need and the importance of music in the communities to keep kids off the streets and really give them a different outlet. There was actually a direct experience that I had with this. My first year with the organization, I was working at a school on the south side, and Guitars Over Guns. We have several different schools that we service. And this particular school was, on the south side, deep in the hundreds, 115th Street. And there was a young man there who, we actually found out that he was being groomed by one of the local gangs. He was in position to become a member of this gang within the next few years. He was only like 13 years old, this kid was. And, I didn't know that at the time while I was working with him. And, he was just such a sponge. He played the guitar, and I was working with him on his skills, and he just took to it like a fish to water. And the next thing you know, he's playing guitar, he's playing piano, and now he's gone on to high school, and he still comes back to see us every once in a while. And you can really see that, the trajectory of his whole life has changed. He's, got a little band going in his high school. He's doing chorus, sports, and the like. So, it really is a life-changing program. And, that's just one example. So, yeah.
So, and that concert's on Saturday at 47th and King Drive.
Yes, yeah, that's this Saturday. Saturday this.
Well, Mike, I knew you from way back when it was before 2018 when we sold the Heartland Cafe, and I do have some video of you somewhere playing your guitar in what used to be the store but became the dining room. Tell us a little bit about your career. Growing up, how you got into music, and then I know you got involved with some legendary children of, as well as themselves, blues musicians. With the Chicago Blues All Stars, you were 22 when you got involved with them. And you got to travel around the world. Tell us about your career a little bit.
Absolutely. So so I started playing the guitar in high school. I was 15. And I was fortunate enough they had a guitar ensemble class that was offered at my school.
What school?
So I actually grew up in the D.C. area, Silver Spring, Maryland, Montgomery County, and that was Blair High School. So I joined the guitar class when I was a sophomore, and I just knew right away that I'd found something that I really loved. And my aunt actually, she gave me an acoustic guitar, and then she also gave me 2 CDs. She gave me the complete recordings of Robert Johnson, and she gave me the Library of Congress recordings of Mississippi John Hurt. And those 2 albums, I would listen to them, and it would just give me a buzz. And those early intimate moments of just being with the guitar, alone in my bedroom, I can remember like the smell of the wood, it had like this very like old kind of like oaky smell to it. And, it just, it's something, intuitively in me said like, yeah, you found your thing. And it wasn't that much long after that I started making, all these plans like, yeah, I'm going to go out and conquer the world. And, I wanted to be like, Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan and Gary Clark Jr. was, really blowing up at the time. So I wanted to be like all these cats, and so by the time I got to Chicago, I went to Chicago at the age of 18 to go to Columbia. I was in the jazz program at Columbia College, and it was a great experience, but I left after a year, and I really said, I want to, explore the Chicago scene and really get involved, on the ground floor, so to speak. So I just, started working. Like I got a job as a delivery guy, on a bike, and had my roommates and whatnot, and we were all musicians, and really started my journey as a musician at the age of like 19 in Chicago. And through exploring the community, I met the Chicago Blues All Stars, which was such a turning point in my life, and really started my career as a professional. because when I met them, and I was hired by them, I remember the first gig that we did was New Year's Eve, 2016, and it just changed everything for me. They took me under their wing and really taught me how to play the blues properly. It's a big difference between a young kid trying to play the blues and learning from the experts, the legends in the community that they were and still are. That group was led by Freddie Dixon, who of course was the son of Willie Dixon, and Jimmy Lee Selman was the drummer of that band, who had a long and prosperous career in his own right. So, we started performing weekly at Motor Brewing, which I think, is that where we met? At Motor Brewing? How? Or did we actually meet at Heartland?
I think we met at the Heartland, but I did go and see you somewhere else. I forget where it was.
That was the Motor gig that we had. We did a weekly gig over on 22nd in Michigan. And I remember you came by.
Well, Michael Damani, I'm glad I saw that poster of your event coming up. You got 2 events, Friday the 5th, and We Go Live goes up on Friday morning. And that's going to be at the Ramova Theater in Bridgeport, 3520 South Halstead. And the next night, you're doing a benefit with Guitars Over Guns, Saturday the 6th at the Stage at 4702 South King. And we're looking forward to running into you. We'll come see you one of these days.
That sounds great, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Right. Thanks for coming on.